Hey there, Duckonta here. If you're curious about who I am, this little video segment is to explain just that. So here's just a few minutes of explaining who is Duckonta. I graduated from the University of Arizona with a bachelor's in biochemistry and molecular and cellular biology. I also graduated from the University of Arizona with a master's in teaching and teacher education. I've always had a passion for teaching ever since, as far as I can remember. I was a little girl that would line up all of the toys at the end of the day when I'd get home from school and eagerly teach them the lesson I had learned that day. So teaching has always been my passion. I have years experience tutoring and teaching as well, both at the university level and at the high school level. My husband and I, he's this handsome fella over here. My husband and I have known each other for a very, very long time. I actually first met him when I was in 5th grade and he was in 6th grade. And we were high school sweethearts and have been in love ever since, head over heels. He just finished his pharmacy degree from the U of A and is now currently in the Navy working as a pharmacist serving his country. So we recently got stationed by naval orders from Arizona to Portsmouth, Virginia. Here we are, complete change of scenery. Some fun factoid of what's coming up in our life, other than having just moved across the country, if that wasn't a big enough change as it is. We are also expecting our firstborn, this little nugget up here, who's got their fist under their chin, kind of like chilling already. We've got like their dad's sass ready to go. Not even born yet, right? And I can already... Anyhow, not sure if it's a boy or a girl. We're keeping that a surprise for all of us. So I won't even know, he won't know until the birth in March 2020. Ooh, scary. We also have a German Shepherd. She's this one right here. She loves playing dress up. I have to tell you, she rocks those sunglasses better than I ever could. She is also referred to as Fluffy Butt and Baby. So she's pretty confused every time I talk to my belly and say baby because she thinks she's the baby, so there might be some conflict there. Although I was born and raised in Arizona, I spent every summer of my life, as through my childhood and most of my teenage years, in Austria. So this picture right here is actually a photo looking down on Körflach, which is a town I grew up in. So my Oma and Opa, which translates to grandma and grandpa, their house is right there where my arrow is. So right in that little neighborhood is pretty much where I spent every summer of my life. And because of that, I am also fluent in German. So, hallo, if you are interested or also speak German, reach out. Let's see, my favorite animals, well, obviously love ducks. I'm easily distracted by them. Pretty much anything ducky is me. I pretty much am just a little bit psycho when it comes to ducks. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. I also really love any kind of bird, really. So, I mean, if you see a raven, a crow, a cardinal, a blue jay, it doesn't really matter what bird it is. If there's a bird, I'm pretty much head over heels in love with it. The picture right behind me pretty much sums up my whole life. It's just me chasing endlessly after whatever duck or bird will allow me to get close enough to touch it and cuddle it because I love them so much. I also really adore beluga whales. They were kind of my favorite animal throughout my childhood, and they're just such wonderful creatures, and if you've ever heard them sing underwater, it's also quite brilliant. Other things I love include Feed My Starving Children. It's a organization that packages food for starving children around the world. So basically it's like vitamins, veggies, soy, and rice, and you put them in these bags and you seal them with a heat sealer with a team of people. That could be your family, your friends, co-workers, anything like that. And basically you just pack as many bags as you can in an hour or 2 hour span of time, and you ship those off to the Philippines or anywhere else where children are literally starving to death. Definitely one of my favorite organizations, very passionate about them. My husband and I would volunteer for them weekly when we lived in Arizona, and we absolutely love the things that they do and how they serve the world and the children. My favorite flowers are hydrangeas. which are right there, or Hortensien in German, if you were curious, and sunflowers, which I also think are just amazing and beautiful. The fact that they turn their heads to the sun is just such a beautiful thing. Oh, and by the way, did you know that hydrangeas are like the chemist's flower? Because you can change their color from like blue or purple or pink based on the pH of the soil. Also, big fan of Doctor Who, because who isn't? And The Flash, because all around good guy, The Flash, hero overall. Fruit is pretty much life. I don't, if I suddenly became allergic to fruit, I would probably just cease to exist. My husband even refers to me as the fruit bat, so I really, really love fruit, probably could live on it. My favorite type of music is Umpapa music. So just think like traditional German music, German like festival music. That's my jam. I love that stuff. Throughout my childhood, I grew up watching Bob Ross. And he was pretty much the only thing that used to shut me up, so my parents said. The only thing that would make me stop talking or making noise for at least 30 minutes, right? And so ever since I watched him as a kid, he has always been one of my greatest inspirations and role models because he's just so passionate about what he does. And when he says, you know, you can do it, you believe him. I only wish to be able to spread that same kind of feeling in my teaching as well. I feel like anybody can do chemistry, and I hope that my videos are helpful in also making you believe that you can do chemistry and anything else you set your mind to. Anyways, that's a little tidbit about me. In the comments, I'd love to know about you. So let me know if there's anything particularly interesting or if any of the things that I'm interested in resonate with you.